made in Kenyan way.
Okay.
And some parota.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm glad to have your audience this evening. Especially, I normally call you my Indian brothers and sisters. And when I was, when Professor Samuel Johnson was speaking to me and told me that the audience or the people that I'll be speaking to, and I just thought it's wise, because I know we are in times when we have some uncertainties. Okay, we are in a period of the COVID-19 or Corona, as you may call it, and I believe there are issues or problems or challenges that may be facing us at the moment. So I'm glad to have your audience and to have this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. And also, before I continue, I want to say a lot of thanks to Professor Samuel Johnson for connecting me to you people. You know, he's a good connector. He connects us, and all this is because of him and maybe the team there in Coimbatore and the administration. So thank you very much, Nandri. So anyhow, I thought it was wise to talk about attitude and sharpening our saw, or rather, as we progress, I'm going to show you another tool that is called an axe, which is used for cutting firewood here. But anyhow, I want to start with two quotes or two phrases that I really love. One is this: as a man thinks, so is he. As a man thinks, so is he. That's the first phrase or the first quote that I really love, which really also motivates me. You know, as I'm motivating you or as I'm uplifting you, I'm also speaking to myself. So as a man thinks, so is he. Poverty is all in the mind. Okay, what we think is what we become. The second phrase or the second quote that I love stating is this: as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. Iron is, of course, you have a lot of iron there in India, or a metal. So as iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. We are here to sharpen one another. We are here to encourage one another. We are here to uplift one another. And maybe as our professors who have gone ahead of us, Mom has told us that she has taught there for 18 years or 10 years. They have a lot of experience. So they're there to sharpen us. They're there to motivate us. They're there to rebuke us, to tell us what we should do to reach where they have reached. So I thought it was good to make a title that, or a subject that, it's all about attitude and constantly sharpening your saw. I believe the topic or the title is not too long for us to forget or remember. So it's easily rememberable. It's all about attitude. First, attitude and constantly sharpening your saw. So what is attitude, if I may ask you? But I'll help you in this part. Attitude, in simple terms, you don't have to go to the dictionary, or if you can, it's okay. But in simple terms, attitude is how you see things, or attitude is how you perceive things. Just those simple, through those simple two words, is how you see things, or is how you perceive things. So attitude can be in two ways. You can have a positive attitude, or you can have a negative attitude. But as we progress, we are going to see how this attitude can be and how you can choose to be on the positive side. And then another word here is constantly or constant. What do you mean by constant? Again, in simple terms, constant is that you're not wavering here and there. It's an unwavering way of doing things. So you are constant. So constantly sharpening your saw. Again, what is a saw, or a saw, as you may pronounce it there? A saw is a tool that is used for cutting wood. You'll see the carpenters using a certain tool called a saw. And what do they do? When it becomes blunt, or it's not able to cut the wood, they sharpen it, and they keep on constantly sharpening it. So it's all about attitude and constantly sharpening your saw. I know and I believe I'm speaking to MBA students and maybe even professors or students of other fields. So it's upon us to constantly continue sharpening ourselves. So I would want us to go to the first slide. I have 3 slides which are more of graphic. I like using graphic because I believe when we see a picture, as one of the Chinese saying says that a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. So when we see a picture, it makes us remember more. Okay, it makes us to remember. So here I have my first slide, and I started with my phrase that as a man thinks, so is he. So leadership is nothing about size; it's an attitude. Okay, leadership is nothing about size, it's just an attitude. What do I mean by this? Okay, you can see a small young boy here. Okay, and he's pulling a very big or he's leading a cow there, or a bull, let me call it like that, a bull. In Tamil Nadu, you know, I was there and I could see some functions were happening. There's this Jallikattu function. So I would say this is as a Jallikattu here. Anyway, let me come back to my topic. So we can see this boy is leading this bull or this cow to wherever he wants it to go. So what do you think could be, or what is the relation between these two objects? Okay, so here we see the young boy here pulling the cow. It's just about attitude. As he thinks, he believes that he's able to lead this big mammoth or this big object wherever he wants it to be. It's all in the mind. And that's why when I was starting, I said that poverty could be all in the mind, or rather what you think. So this boy has a positive attitude, okay, that he is able to do what he thinks he can do. Okay, so as a man thinks, so is he. So what do you think in this time or these challenging times? Okay, we have all the materials, we have all the tools with us. Do you think that you're able to make good of the tools that you have in your hand? Okay, you have gone to school, you have done your UG, you have done your PG, or rather now you are at your PG level. What have you been taught? Okay, what have you learned in school? What have you learned in the college? What have you learned in the university? But I want to tell you, it's upon you to utilize and to do, or to make use of what you have learned in the school. Don't just stay like that. Okay, don't just stay like that idle. Don't just stay like that without utilizing what you have learned in your in your school or in your college or in your university. So as a man thinks, so is he. I'm trying to bring across to you that let us have a positive attitude. You can do anything that you feel or anything that you believe you can do. So leadership is nothing about size, it's an attitude. Don't say to yourself that I come from a poor family. Don't say that I come from Tamil Nadu. Don't say that I come from India. By the way, I want to tell you that because I've been in India for some few years, I would say more than a decade, but in different times. So in altogether, it could be a decade. In India, I want to tell you that you people, you're so much gifted, or you're so much blessed. You have all the resources, but it's upon you. It's upon you to use those resources. So, madam or sir, I would want us to go to the next slide, if you don't mind. Yeah, the next slide, it's about attitude. Still, I'm dwelling so much on attitude. Remember, just to remind you, and maybe for those who are joining, we said attitude is how you see or how you perceive things. So here it's all about attitude. We can see two animals here because they are animals, one big animal and another small animal. Okay, so these animals here, the big one is a rhino, and the small one, it could be maybe a small a dog or a cat, anyhow. But in real sense, we have two animals here. Okay, the rhino and the small dog. Let's call it a dog. It's a dog. Okay, so this rhino is being chased, or it's running away from the dog. What do you think? Again, I ask you, I like posting questions, but as we, because they're self-explanatory, we have the answers here. So what do you think is happening here? the rhino is running away from the dog. But don't you think that this rhino has the power or has the capability or has the ability to just turn around and crush this dog? Yes, it has. It has all the strength. And maybe it's weighing almost 600 kgs. That is half a ton plus. Okay. But because of the attitude, it is running away. It's so scared that it's running away from this small animal. Sometimes in life, or we as students, okay, you know, we have a lot of fear. We run away from small challenges. But it's my encouragement, okay, it's my encouragement this evening that you can just face the challenge head on. This rhino has the power, has the capability of turning around and crushing this small dog. But on the other hand, this small animal has the attitude that it can do what it wants to do. Okay, it's able to chase this big animal. So what do you think it's all about here? The small animal here has a positive attitude. The big animal here, which is a rhino, has a negative attitude. And it's for us to be like the small dog here, or the small animal here. Let us have a positive attitude. Okay, let us face challenges head on. Okay, and I believe, as I said, that it's all about attitude. Okay, so I would want us to go to the third slide. Yeah, Professor, I would want us to, yes, again here. So I said I have 3 slides which are more of graphical. Then as we progress, now we shall see the theory part of it. So this is about a belief system. What do I mean by belief system? Okay, again, I give an illustration. There's so many illustrations I can give, but because of want of time, I believe the 3 or 4 maybe illustrations that we shall be seeing are enough for today. Okay, so here we see again 2 animals here, which I believe all of us know. We have elephants, 2 elephants. So we have a big elephant and a small elephant, or rather we have an adult elephant and we have a baby elephant. Okay, so what is in front of us here? This elephant, when he or she was small, she was tied, or he was tied on a small, or rather using a peg, a stick, and a string. Okay, by that time, he could not move because he didn't have the strength. Okay, he could not move because he didn't have the strength. But when he grew up, still as an adult, he's not able to deliver himself, or he's not able to free himself. So what do you think, again, could be the reason of all this? Okay, or the result of this? Because of a belief system. When he was small, or when she was small, the baby elephant could not move because of the strength. It was not weak. She was not weak. But still, when she becomes, or when he becomes an adult, still it has, or she has, the same mentality or the same belief that I'm not able to deliver myself. And sometimes we are like that. Sometimes in life we are like that. When we are young, or when we are in our primary education, okay, maybe we may have been told that you're not able to do this. And still when you become mature, okay, mature above maybe 20 or 25 years, or still 30 or even 40, okay, you still have the same belief system. You still have the same attitude. But I want to tell you this, that this animal, the elephant, the big elephant, or the adult elephant, which is worth, as I said, the rhino in the previous slide, which is worth 500 kgs, 600 kgs, 700 kgs maybe, has the power just to lift up its leg and go or get its freedom. Okay, but because of the belief system, then it's not able to free itself. Why am I giving this illustration? Sometimes we have a certain belief system, okay, that you're not able to free yourself, or you're not able to get out of a certain zone, Okay, as we progress, we'll talk about getting out of a comfort zone. So anyhow, okay, are you an MBA student? After MBA, what next? Are you going to say it is enough? I'm not able to spread. I'm not able to venture more. Okay, don't be satisfied with what you have. It's upon you to venture more. You have the ability to have freedom to do more. If you are having MBA qualification, you can go for your PhD. Okay, you can go for your PhD. If you have your PhD, you can go for your postdoctoral. Anyway, so I wanted just to talk about that belief system. So we can go to the next slide so we can see what affects our, or what influences our attitude. Maybe you can go to the next. Yes. So what influences your attitude? Remember, we started by this. It is all about attitude and constantly sharpening your sword. But the part B of it, I'll come to it later, which is talking about sharpening. Yes. So anyhow, I come back to the first part A of it. What influences your attitude? What influences your attitude? Okay. Wrong association corrupts or destroys good morals. Okay. Whom do you hang out with? Who are your friends? Who are your friends? Who do you associate with? Okay, there's one statement or one proverb which says this: tell me who your friends are, and I will tell you what kind of a person you are. Another person said this: if you hang out with 9 broke friends, you are the 10th person. Okay, if you hang out with 9 broke friends, then you are the 10th. Anyway, so wrong association corrupts or destroys good morals. Here I want to talk about whom do you share with? Whom do you discuss with? Are there people who motivate you even in that class? Are there people who tell you there is future? Okay, there is future ahead in spite of what we are going through, in spite of the challenges? Or are they people who tell you today, let us not attend that lesson, let us not attend that class? So be careful on the people, or be careful with the people or your friends. Okay, be careful. Choose your friends wisely. Friends who guide you, friends who advise you on the positive, not on the negative. So wrong association is going to corrupt or is going to destroy your good morals. Then the second point that I want to talk, what that influences your attitude, the negative words that we speak. So your negative words will become your reality. You keep on speaking negative. Even if you say maybe even if I do this MBA, there are no jobs. Even if I study MSc maybe, but specifically MBA students, there are no jobs. So certainly what is going to happen, what you spoke, what you kept on confessing from your mouth, from your tongue, is going to become your reality. So these are things that influence your attitude. Then the third point, don't quit, because quitters don't win and winners don't quit. What do I want to say by this? Don't quit. Okay, don't quit, because if you quit, you're not going to win. If you see, or if you look at great men, okay, great people, they did not quit. They did not quit. And be yourself. Okay, be yourself. Do not imitate. I'm reading one book here which says like this, by John Mason: imitation is limitation. Imitation is limitation. Don't quit. Okay, don't imitate. Be yourself, because once you imitate, then you're limiting yourself. Maybe you want to say, I want to be like Professor Samuel Johnson. I want to be like Professor Sam. I want to be Professor Grace there. Okay, but be yourself. Of course, it's good to desire what they have done, but they are on their own. They are themselves. Okay, so don't imitate and don't quit. Work hard for what you want. Okay, then negative critics or career critics or energy suckers, these are people who are also going to influence your attitude. Okay, in life you're going to get people who are going to criticize even your career. Okay, people will criticize MBA. Okay, you'd rather have done maybe medicine. You'd rather have done engineering. You'd rather have become a pilot. Okay, all these things. People are going to criticize you, but that is their path. Okay, that is their race. Run your own race. So you're going to get negative critics, okay, career critics, energy suckers. But the thing is, you have to stay put. Don't waver. Okay, don't move here and there. Be focused. So these are some of the things that influence your attitude. There's so many, but I say because of want of time, I felt it is wise to select the ones which are appropriate for the topic today. So we can go to the next slide, Professor. Yeah, nuggets of wisdom on how to have a positive attitude. Okay, first, remember, we have seen what influences your attitude, but now I want to tell you a few points here, 5 points, that what influences our attitude, or rather what makes you to have a positive attitude. Okay, we have to give up something good if you want something better. What do I mean by this statement or this phrase? We have to give up something good if you want something better. Something good is always good. Okay, something good, it is good, but I want to encourage you that you have to give up that something good, then for you to get something better. Okay, remember, you're now at your PG level, and I believe even there's some professors that are on board on this session. So professors, where are you at the moment? Do you desire to do more? Yes. That, don't be content with that thing that you feel is good. You have to make strides. You have to think more. You have to strive for more. So that good thing, don't be content with it. Of course it is good, okay, but you have to give it up for something better. The second point here is this: you will fail at some time in your life. You're going to lose, okay, but if you don't fail, you have never tried. Don't give up. Okay, so you're going to fail, you're going to face challenges, you're going to do exams. I know there in India there was one exam, one common exam that is normally done, I think the NEET exam, and sometimes you're going to get less marks than what you expected. But the good thing is this, that you tried. That is the best part of it, that you tried. Some people never tried, but the good part of it is that you tried. Even if you failed, and I'm not saying that we should rejoice because you failed, but the good part of it is that you tried. Okay, you're better than somebody who did not try. Okay, so you will fail at some time in your life, you're going to lose. Okay, but the thing is, don't give up. The third point is this: get out of the comfort zone. Think outside the box. Okay, you're an MBA student, you are aspiring to be a manager, you are aspiring to be a CEO somewhere in a certain international company, but it's a time to think, or to get out of the comfort zone. Think outside the box. Do you think that you can work outside do you think that you can work outside your state of Tamil Nadu, or Karnataka, or maybe so out of the comfort zone, think outside the box? So what you're studying now, have an aim, have a future, or think, okay, think beyond that. I know I can work anywhere. So don't just study and then again stay where you are, just a comfort zone around Coimbatore maybe. But I'm not saying it is wrong. I'm not saying it is wrong to work even within your city. But if you get a chance, maybe only in another state, can you go? Yes, I want to tell you that it is possible for you to get out, think outside, get out of the comfort zone. Okay, so I want us to go to the next slide. Yeah, spend your time with people who will stretch you. This is more the same with what I was saying, that those who influence your attitude. But now we come on the positive side. So spend your time with people who will stretch you. Again, I repeat myself, tell me who your friends are, and I'll tell you what kind of a person you are. So whom do you spend your time with? So spend your time with people who stretch you, who challenge you. Here I mean by stretching that it's people who tell you, yes, Santosh, Kumar, okay, you can do better. You can work hard. You can make it in this program. Okay, you can make it in this project. This is somebody who sees the value of you. Okay, so spend time with people who will stretch you, who think faster and aim higher, and who see your value and remind you of it. Okay, so people who think faster, your professors may think faster. When I mean think faster, it's in terms of academic. They are there to help you. They are here to make you solve out a problem. Okay, and who aim higher and who see your value. Somebody who tells you that I see something in you. But you know, there are some people who will always discourage you. But spend time with somebody who says, I see your value, who keeps on reminding you constantly. So with eagles, okay, an eagle is a bird, okay, it flies high. Okay, an eagle is a bird that flies high. It has a vision. Okay, it can see far, very many kilometers. So do you have a vision? Do you have somebody who tells you see ahead, see far? Okay, an eagle is also fearless. Don't fear what is going to happen. If I finish my MBA, am I going to get a job? Don't have that fear. Okay, when you fear, then you're going to be all the same all your life. Okay, then be tenacious. What do I mean by tenacious? From the word tenacity. Tenacious means you hold on. Okay, you hold on, you don't drop, you keep on holding that which you have started. Don't start. I remember when I was doing my MBA and my PhD, some people would start and I would hear somebody says, I have discontinued. Why should you discontinue? Unless there are issues that are really forcing you to discontinue. Okay, don't discontinue. So hold on. Okay, up to the last lap. Okay, when they are running, they have laps: first lap, second lap, third lap, and maybe fourth lap. So don't discontinue. Okay, hold on, have that tenacious or tenacity. Then another thing that eagles do when you sow with them, okay, they have fresh ideas. Okay, be innovative. An eagle will not feed on dead meat or on dead carcass or on carcass. Okay, it feeds on fresh on fresh meat rather. Okay, so have fresh ideas. Okay, have fresh and be innovative. So those are qualities of an eagle. Again, the last point of an eagle, it soars high, it goes high. It does not soar with chicken. You'll never see an eagle in the company of chicken or other kind of birds. So it soars high. Why am I sharing this about spending your time with people who stretch you, who think faster, and who remind you of it, and soaring with eagles? Is because I know we are in challenging times, and if you choose to be on the defeating side, then you're going to lose. But I believe this talk today is to charge you and to challenge you. Then think win-win. Don't think win-lose. Always think that you can win. Think you can win. When you're doing something, think that you can make it. Have a positive attitude. Remember, when we started, for maybe those who are joining, I know some people are joining, we said it's all about attitude and sharpening your saw. Okay, so think win-win. Don't think win-lose, or don't think lose-lose. So think win-win. Think that you can make it. Okay, think that you're able to accomplish what you have started. Then the last point on about nuggets of wisdom about attitude: accept change. At the moment, we are in challenging times, on challenging moments. Okay, so accept change. Are you still going to say that I have to go in the classroom, okay, where we are going to be taught by a teacher? It is good, and I believe as time comes, maybe we may go back to that system. But at the moment, you know, we are learning through the webinars, we are learning through YouTube's. So accept change. There's some people who don't want to accept change. And what happens if you don't accept change? Then change is going to change you. Okay, so let us accept change, and I believe we are going to make progress. So it's all about positive, or rather it's all about attitude and constantly sharpening your soul. So I want us to go to the next slide. I have 2 more slides, which I'll be concluding with. Yeah. So this is a tool that this gentleman has here. And maybe he seems to be really sweating hard because I believe he's not making progress. Okay. But what do you think could make him not make progress? His tool is blunt. His tool is not sharp enough to cut a lot of wood. Okay. So if you keep on doing the same thing, you will keep on getting the same results. If you keep on doing the same thing, you will keep on getting the same results. What do I mean by this? Now I come to the second part of my subject, that it's all about attitude and constantly sharpening your saw or your axe. So now here we are talking about sharpening ourselves. Okay, are we doing more or are we still in the same level? Okay, when your professor comes, will he get you or will she get you at the same level they left you? It will be very bad if they meet you at the same level, that you have not made any progress. So if you keep on doing the same thing, you will keep on getting the same results. So it's a challenge to you. It's a challenge to me. Am I sharpening myself? Am I learning more? Am I attending more of these webinars that our professors are really working hard to organize for us? And I believe even as the theme of this conference about upskilling in the digital world for career development, okay, are we just like that, or are we working hard? Are we sharpening ourselves? It's upon us to attend more of these conferences. Okay, there are 2 statements that I feel sometimes contradict themselves. Okay, working hard and working smart. But for me, I like taking both of them. Work hard as well as work smart. Of course, many people will tell you work smart. You can work smart, but still it's because of the effort that you're going to put in something. So it's constantly, you keep on doing something constantly. You keep on sharpening yourself. Keep on reading books. Keep on reading many books as you can. Okay, have many books. Show me, let me see your library. You have only 2 books. If you are a person of management, do you read many management books? Okay, do you see how these people developed themselves? So it's upon working hard and also working smart. So those 2 things go hand in hand. So if you keep on doing the same thing, you will keep on getting the same results. I want to charge you. Okay, I want to challenge you also this evening. You have to change the way you're doing your things for you to get more results. So we'll go to the final slide. I had about 9 slides or 10 of them. Here we have Abraham Lincoln. Okay, most of us, I believe, know who Abraham Lincoln was. He was one of the presidents of the United States. But anyhow, besides that, he says this: give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Abraham Lincoln says this. What does he mean by this? For you to get more results, first sharpen yourself. Sharpen yourself. Okay, invest more. Invest more, even in your study, even in what you read. Okay, interact. Whom do you interact with? Remember, we said like that. Okay, so it's all about investment. Okay, where Professor Samuel Johnson has reached today, and ma'am, okay, I believe it's because of a lot of investment that they have done. Okay, investment of time, a lot of research they have done. Then the 6 hours to chop down a tree, the first 4, then 2 hours is enough for you to chop so many trees. And I come to a conclusion with this: preparation takes a longer time than the actual event. You're going to prepare. Imagine you're preparing for an exam for almost the whole night. but the exam takes only 45 minutes or 2 hours or 3 hours at most. Okay, so preparation takes a longer time than the actual event. Sometimes we want just instant coffee. Okay, that way of doing things. You just put coffee instant and you drink it. You just want to go do MBA or and get a job immediately. It can happen. I'm not saying it cannot happen. It can happen. Okay, but what do I want to say? You have to be prepared. You have to go through the where there are thorns, okay, which are going to prick you, which are going to hurt you. Okay, so you're being prepared. You're in the wilderness, but I want to tell you, ahead of you there is a land. Okay, there is a land which has milk and honey. So preparation takes a longer time than the actual event. So I wanted just to share with you this evening about attitude and constantly sharpening your tool. There we said about a saw. Okay, now we are not carpenters, but we are students. So get a positive attitude and constantly continue sharpening yourself. That is, continue reading more, invest more, do a lot of research. So preparation takes a longer time than the actual event. So professor, my dear professors on the other side, I just wanted to share those few slides, and I believe they're going to cause or to have an impact in the MBA students or graduates there. So I would wanted to end my topic or my talk with those few slides.
Sam,
I believe you can see.
thank you so
Yeah,
much.
yes,
It's
yes,
really a wonderful session of, awakening us, in fact. And
yes, yes,
a bit of sharpening really happened for us.
yes,
It started already.
yes,
Before I could give the opportunity for somebody to ask you questions,
yes,
I always had this in my mind, hard work versus smart work.
yes,
I felt it's contradictory, right? I
yes,
felt most of the time. It's not that always. Of
yeah,
course, smart
yeah, yeah,
work
yeah,
goes along with hard work.
yeah,
But
yes,
your last slide also talks about preparation takes a longer time, and of
yes,
course, that means that hard work has to go on for every smaller thing.
yes,
Just
yes, yes.
put on your ideas on this.
Yeah. When Professor Samuel Johnson was introducing me, because we have known each other for some time, he
Okay.
plays guitar, I play guitar.
Okay.
Okay. And some people
I
or
know.
people will come and tell me, sir, please teach me how to play guitar. And you'll give him the guitar. And he thinks when you just hold it, it will produce the music that he or she wants. Okay. But when I tell them that I would really work for hours, I would really work for hours to reach where I have reached. Okay. Maybe I'm told go and lead or go and sing maybe in the church somewhere and sing some song. I'm only given maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but they don't know how much I have really prepared or how hard I really worked to reach where I have reached. Okay. So those two statements, as you have asked, ma'am, they complement each other. It's good to work smart, as you have said. We are not disputing that. But on the flip side, on the other side, it is good to work hard. Okay. Doctors, I also give this example. I don't know, maybe you can prove me right or wrong. Doctors will tell us sleep for 8 hours, which is good for our health. But I try to ask myself, and one day I believe I'll meet a medical doctor and ask him or her, how many hours were you sleeping when you wanted to attain that profession that you are in? These people, they would really work hard. And when I'm there in India, I'll meet some friends, some young students who aspire to be doctors. They will really sit. Okay, they will really, the Indian way of doing things. I love it. Okay, they will sing. They will sing because they want to memorize. They want to pass that exam. They are really working hard for it, and they will work many hours. They'll study for long. Okay, of course, we should not memorize. We should read to understand. But they really, really, really work hard. Okay, but on the other hand, they should work smart. But anyhow, working hard is good. I really advocate for working hard. But still on the other side, let us work smart. So working smart comes with what you have studied, implementing. It's about implementation. Okay, it's about implementation. So I believe maybe I've answered properly, or maybe I've
probably
replied.
presence of mind and such kind of skills together make you smarter along with the hard work.
Which one, madam?
Yeah, presence of mind in everything you do, right? Yeah. So that makes a simple example of getting smarter and along with hard work, right?
Yes. You want a simple example about working hard and working smart?
What kind of skill would this smart work complement this hard work? That is what I thought. Presence of mind could be one of the skill.
Yes. So like for example, madam, you're lost?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So as I'm really I'm going around that part of working hard and working smart. Okay. So for you to have reached where you are, I was doing research there in India. Okay. I was doing research there in India. Okay. So I really had to work hard. Okay. I really had to spend a lot of time doing research. I would go around I mean those districts, Namakal, all that, Coimbatore and all that. So I really had to work hard for it. I would not have sat down and expect to get results. Okay, I would not have sat down and expect the results to come. On the other hand, I had also to work smart. I had to work smart. Okay, when I was doing my when I was, because I did on human resource in cooperative banks, urban cooperative banks. Okay, so the banks are a bit of rural. They are a bit of rural rural areas. So for them to understand my questionnaire, what I did in my questionnaire, I got it translated in Tamil.
Okay,
I got it translated in Tamil. Okay, but on the other hand, I knew the question when I was giving, because it would have been a bit difficult for me. It would have been a bit difficult for me, and I'm not despising anybody there. Sometimes the language was a bit. If you ask them in English fully, they can understand, but they would work faster or they would answer quickly when they read it in Tamil language. So what I decided, I had to work very hard for this questionnaire to be translated. But on the other hand, for me to get efficient or to get results, I had to work smart and translate it in a language that is understood. But I had to really make it, I would sit, take it for corrections from English to Tamil. That was a bit of working very hard. Still, somebody would have told me, why are you doing all this? Just put it in English and give them. It would have taken me maybe 1 day or 2 days or 2 weeks. On the other hand, it took me almost a month to have it translated to Tamil. But the results, the way I got the results was so quickly than if I gave it in maybe the English language. Okay, but remember, madam, I said I'm not trying to despise it. I was working smart because I had interacted with them. And I felt when it's in Tamil, their language, or even my mother tongue, I would do it very quickly. So language is also very important. Okay, and my Tamil was very konjum Tamil. Okay, so anyway, so I had to really work that smartness. Okay, so it was working hard, and on the other hand, I wanted to work smart.
Okay. The forum is open for questions to Sam, and Dr. Sam is here to listen to your questions and answer them. At this juncture, I would like to welcome Halifax from Ghana. He's a student. He has joined with us. Who's going to be the student of the first year. So
okay, good.
Fine. Okay, good. So welcome to Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College. for your 2 years of course here. And we have 2 such students who are joining with us. One, Hari Krishna, is also there. Yesterday, he had a good interaction. So the forum is open for the participants to ask question to Dr. Samuel. And we request you to come back with the question. You can unmute and ask your question.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Ritika of second year MBA SREC. Glad to have been a part of this session. Sir, I would like to know that our thoughts and actions have to be of the same kind, like they have to complement each other. If we think of something, we do that thing. But sometimes it happens like our thoughts would be different, but when we get into action, that turns out to be something. So is that, yes, it would affect, I think it would affect our attitude, but how to overcome that and how much will it affect our attitude to the core?
Yeah. So the MBA student, second year, I think. So what you have asked is very nice. Your thoughts and action, very simply. So because what you think, okay, it's all in the mind. First of all, it's all in the mind. So what you think is what you're going to do. Okay, so whatever you are doing is what you had already thought. So thought and action will never come before, or it's not, it's a result of what you thought. Okay, and remember when we started, if you are there in the beginning, we said as a man thinks, so is he. So what you think is what we are going, it's your product rather. Your thoughts are your product. So simply as that, your thoughts are going to show the results, okay, the actions that you do. So, and it's about attitude. I don't know whether I've clarified that in simple terms, because I don't want to give long explanation. So what you think is what you're going to get, or is how you're going to act. Okay, so, and before you act, it's something that you have really thought for some time. Okay, you'll not maybe just think today or just think now and act. Of course, it can happen like that, but it takes some time to develop or to cook. Okay, so your thoughts are going to be your action. So what you think is what you're going to do. Is it okay, sister? Is it okay, madam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, some of the people were not there during, the beginning of the session. So
Yes,
I thought I'll just play back, few slides so that, because this is the question Ritika has in fact put out. As a man thinks, so he is. But of course, as she told, there's sometimes what happens, we keep thinking a lot of things, but in our action, so quickly we make some decision which might turn out to be wrong decisions too. Our mind would really go on with positive, but somewhere in our action we miss certain words of positiveness. I do not know thoughts are really reflecting on the action, because the thoughts were actually very good. But as you told, one point that I loved is that you told sometimes wrong wrong relationship, things like wrong people.
Wrong people.
So something in between gets over to quickly influence our mind, so that the actions are also going in a different way.
True.
So
so what she's called, who? Kritika? What's her name?
Ritika.
Ritika. Yeah. So what Ritika is, I because remember, we are human beings. We are not angels. Sometimes you think right. Everybody wants, maybe some people there, but for we, the students and people who are on the right mind, everybody wants to do what is supposed to be done rightly. Okay. So she's saying, maybe you have thought right. Now I get the question. Your thoughts are really good. You think, but when it comes to the action, then you see it has gone the way you never wanted to be. Okay, sometimes it happens. It also happens to me. Okay, so as I'm speaking to you people, I'm also speaking to myself because something that has happened. So sometimes we think we have good thoughts, you want to have good, something nice, but the action turns out to be on the opposite. Okay, so what do you do? What do you do on this? It's about yourself to recollect yourself. You know, you did not have that intention. Okay, it was not your intent. It's about you to go back to yourself. Okay, just to go back to yourself. And it's a bit difficult, but it's also very possible. It could be difficult but possible. You can forgive yourself. Okay, sometimes you may, and you say, oh my goodness, I did not want to do that, but I did it. And one statement, ma'am, I said, you're going to fail at one time. There is in one of the slides, I don't remember what it could be. Yeah, it says at one of the next slide, I think, maybe next slide. Yeah, you will fail. You'll fail at some time in your life. You're going to lose. Okay, if you don't fail, you have never tried. So what do I want to say by this? You intended something to be so good, to give you so good results, but it doesn't come out, or it doesn't turn out to the way you wanted it to be. Okay, so who is to be blamed here? Sometimes you pick up your mat. Don't remain down. Okay, one of the saying that the boxing people, okay, they'll say, I am down but I am not out. When they're in the boxing ring, I am down but I am not out. Okay, so you may have thought very positively rather, but your action turned out to be on the opposite of it, or a negative action. So what you do, just stand up, don't remain down. You stand up and you continue with the journey. Okay, that makes you, or that stretches you and know where you went wrong, and to help you not to repeat that action. Okay, so your thoughts may sometimes and your action may not be on the same track, but it's our prayer, and it's also my prayer, and also for me, I really strive hard that my thoughts, my positive thoughts, will go to my positive action. So sometimes I'm not telling you that you're not going to have very good thoughts, but your action comes on the other way. It will happen because I've said we are human beings in the first place. Okay, but it's upon us to change and forgive ourselves. Don't feel condemned. You know, that's another. Don't feel so condemned, like you have done so wrong. Don't feel condemned. Just forgive yourself and move on. It's about moving on.
Yeah. In fact, to err is human, right? Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
We are expecting few more questions to be taken.
Yes.
Samuel.
Or even what somebody has learned also. Yeah. Okay.
One Dr. Venkat is with us.
Yes.
Sir, can you introduce yourself? Because, yeah, I do not know from which college you are. Dr. Venkatesh? Okay, probably I do not know, he's not. Okay, any other questions, students? Any other questions, please?
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you.
Good evening. This is Supriya from second year MBA.
Okay.
So I would like to have your insights on this particular question, which is these days we are, forced to be surrounded by people who are not very conscionable. They are not just. Though we try to be positive and we try to act just, but some people aren't.
Okay.
So during these situations that put pressure on us and are not allowing us to be who we are, how can we deal with those situations? We are under a pressure that we are not able to say no to them during these particular situations, and I know it's actually an art to say no to these people, and
Yes.
to say no to these people who are not at all just by their attitude or deeds, whatever. How can we deal with this situation, sir? I'd like to have your insights on this thing.
Yeah. Okay, Supriya. Yeah, Supriya. So in the first place, remember again, as Ritika was asking, we are human beings in the first place. You'll get all kind of people. Okay, you will get all kind of people. The second thing, we are in the world. Okay, we are in this world, so you'll get all these kind of people who will like trying to insist. People who will try to insist, and as you have said, you're not able to say no. Okay, sometimes it's difficult, and especially when sometimes the parents, okay, or maybe mostly the parents, they would really insist on you to do something which you don't feel that you're supposed to do it. Okay, so saying no, it becomes a challenge to you, or a challenge to us, or it becomes a bit difficult for you. But sometimes I always say this: the best answer, or rather silence, sometimes is the best answer. Okay, or try to show them the importance of this. Don't argue, because when you start arguing and you want to please them, definitely, from how I understand, or from how I get your question, you're not able to say no or to refuse. Okay, so you even may say yes when it's not supposed to be a yes. Okay, so sometimes you can just you can be silent. Okay, you can give them time, let them keep on saying this, but it's upon you to have what you call one word in English is called shrewd. You must be shrewd enough, or tact. You must have that tactic. You must be very tactical. Okay, tactical or shrewd enough. Okay, have a way of knowing the best time to show them why what they are saying does not deserve to be said. Okay, people around you. Okay, but if there are people who are just talking for the sake, in one of the slides we said what influences your attitude. Okay, negative critics, career critics, and energy suckers. Okay, these people will be there. Some of these people you just keep quiet on them. People who are not adding value. Okay, people who are not adding value to your life, you just leave them. Okay, you just leave them. Okay, I'm really happy for what Madam is showing us in the slides. So spend time. Remember, if you are around people, and because you did not mention it's about your parents, so I believe it's people in the society. If it's your parent, then we can answer that question in another way. But spend your time with people who stretch you, who show you, okay, your value. Okay, so this kind of people, you better get out of their company, or get out of their surrounding. Okay, so these people will keep on giving you negative thoughts, or they'll keep on planting negative attitudes, or they'll keep on advising you wrongly, which may look like it's very good, but it is very negative. So you can just keep away from them, because you do not specify clearly, but I'm just trying to think. If it is your parents, then you have to use a lot of respect, shrewdness, tactical. You can tell them, mom or dad or appa or amma, when I study this is going to be beneficial, or when I do this is going to be beneficial. Those are your parents. You have to give them a lot of respect. But people who are just coming around you and maybe wasting your time and feeding you with wrong things, then you have a right. This one I can really tell you, you have a right of saying no. Okay, you have a right of really saying no. You don't have to fear. Okay, you don't have to fear. You can say no if you know it is right. I think Madam Supriya, I don't know that it is well answered. It is not wrong to say, it is not wrong to say no. It is not wrong to say no. People who are not adding value to your life, you can say no. You don't have to please everybody in the world, okay? But if it is your parents, then you have to answer them with a lot of wisdom, with a lot of respect, and with a lot of tact, and be shrewd enough, okay? Shrewd means to be very wise and handle it with a very clever way, but on the positive. Don't do it in a negative way to displease them. So parents, your family members, your brothers and your sisters, you can convince them why you're doing such a thing. But people on the outside who want to waste your time, you don't have to fear to say no. That one I can give you as an elder brother, Anna, I can tell you like that. You can say no. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Sam. Any other questions, please?
Ma'am, I have a question, ma'am. This is Raghunandini.
Yes.
Good evening, sir. My name is Raghunandini from the second year of MBA SREC. I would like you to ask some few books that would have motivated you and which would have drove you all through your successes. Can you suggest us some few books that helped you a lot in your career?
Yes. I have around 5 books that I've read, completed. Others I still need to complete them. I have one book from there, India, Shiv Khera. If you think you can, if you think you can win. Shiv Khera, one book by Shiv Khera. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, Shiv Khera, yeah, Shiv Khera. Another book also, I got it from there in India by one long name, If You Think You Can. If You Think You Can. Am I clear? Can you understand? I'll repeat, no problem. In case you don't hear clearly, you can ask me to repeat. One book by Shiv Khera, very common book, very nice book. If You Think You Can Win. Shiv, the way I'm just pronouncing it, SHIVKHERA, Shiv Khera. Is it clear, ma'am?
You can win.
Yeah, If You Think You Can Win, Shiv Khera. Another book, If You Think You Can.
Okay.
Another book that I have here is also Imitation is Limitation. It's more of a religious book, but it's very nice. You can also get it there in India. Imitation is Limitation. By John Mason. This one is by John Mason. John, M-A-S-O-N, Mason. Then some other books by one of the writers, John Maxwell. All these books I bought, I read them in India. He talks more of leadership. So in the initial stage, because you want to start reading, don't read a book with 300 pages or 400 pages. Maybe ma'am there, Professor Samuel Johnson, and also some MBA students. I'm not saying you cannot read. So just read a book with maybe 100 pages, 120, 150 pages. Okay, so that will be a bit good. Okay, so don't read a very big book. You may get tired in the middle of it. Okay, so John Maxwell has so many books, so you can read. So I started with Shiv Khera, If You Think You Can Win. The second one is If You Think You Can. I'm not remembering the name, TJ something. Pardon?
This book is by Norman Vincent.
Okay. Which one is that?
The second book you told?
If You Think You Can.
Yes.
No, it is one name, TJ. Okay, Madam.
Hoisington.
Yeah, correct.
TJ
Correct. Yeah, that name was a bit. Yeah, TJ. Yeah, that is very nice. Okay. I've read it constantly and many times. I keep on reading it. The third one I've told you is this one by John Mason. Imitation is Limitation. Why I have given you first those 3 books, I can give you additionals, but those ones they'll at least boost you up. Okay, they're simple books, very nice, and those can help you at the beginning. Okay, in the initial stage. And then another thing that I would also want to tell you, the one who has asked a question, which books maybe, what you do, I was reading one great speaker I love, but he happened to expire. He says this, that he reads 4 books in a month. Okay, but I felt it's very difficult for me. 4 books in a month. Okay, you may not be able to read 4 books in a month. Okay, read 1 book in a month. Then I said this, you may not be able to read 1 book in a month. Okay, so read 1 book in 3 months. So in 1 year, you'll have read 4 books. So in 2 years, you will have read 8 books. Okay, in 3 years, you're still young people. You MBA, you're still young, and you're still you have many years to live. Okay, so in 2 years, you'll have read 8 books. Okay, still maybe in 1 year you may not be able to, or in one year you may not be able to read 4 books, but in 1 year you can read 3 books. This is going to boost you, it's going to motivate you, and see how people live. Okay, how people excelled. Okay, so those 3 books I believe are going to be of great use to you. Shiv Kera is very nice, madam. I'm really recommending that book. Yeah, if you think you can win. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Any other questions, please? We were expecting a lot of questions for Dr. Samuel.
Yeah.
It's very rare to get such people online, and you know, probably if he comes down to India, probably we can bring down to a campus once. But otherwise, you know, it is too costly for us to bring him down, and you students have the opportunity of talking to him, and kindly ask him questions. Questions? There are no questions?
I have a question, ma'am.
Yes, yes, please.
Good evening, sir. This is Kartika Murthy. This is Kartika Murthy, second year MBA.
Okay.
Can you explain us with an example, how did you handle a failure and how did you overcome it?
How I handled a failure.
And how did you overcome it?
Yes, yes. Very nice question. Okay. I told you, but this is slightly out of topic, but it's a good example for me. But I'll also come to the academic also part of it. Okay. So when Professor Samuel Johnson was introducing, although I shared about it, he said that he is an instrumentalist. He plays the instrument, one instrument called the guitar. Okay. So I also play it. But when I was beginning to play, my teacher would really insist I do on to hold those strings. Okay, it has some strings, 6 strings. Okay, but before that, when I was around my 11th, 12th standard, so one guy or one man comes, he's a guitarist, and he sees me playing. Then he tells me, do you think, he asks me the way I'm just saying it, do you think, he asked this question, do you think you are ever going to learn how to play this instrument? He really discouraged me, really, and I felt so bad. So at one point, I did not want to see that instrument besides me. Okay, but I spoke to myself. You know, it's always good to speak to yourself. And I said, this man, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play better. I'm going to learn and play better than him. Well, it may have looked like it was like in a way of anger, but sometimes it's good to have some nice positive anger. Okay, to be angry a bit on the positive side. okay? Not on the negative. So it's good to be, you say, I'm really going to persevere. What this man is telling me, I'm going to persevere. And as Mom was saying here, working hard and working smart. So I said, I'm going to really work hard. I'm going to spend a lot of hours in this instrument. Okay, I'm going to spend so much time on it. So when I came back to meet him, he's the same person who is asking me, as Professor Samuel can attest, he knows about what chords, what key. There are some things that you call the keys. What keys do you hold here? How do you play this? But at the back of my mind, I am so happy that this is the same person who despised me, who criticized me, okay, who really saw my uselessness of me, okay. But I decided to pass. It was a failure. It was like a failure for me. I had really said I don't want this thing again, but I persevered, okay. So this is how I overcame. I constantly, we started with this. It's all about attitude and constantly sharpening your saw or your axe, that tool. So I constantly kept on doing that thing again and again and again. So failure, you can overcome it by constantly doing that which you want to attain. So don't give up. So don't give up and constantly continue sharpening yourself. But if somebody discourages you, okay, if somebody discourages you and you just give up, then they will laugh at you. They will see, yes, true, this person was not serious. Maybe another story that are very short, within a minute I'll give you, or rather an illustration. Let me call it an illustration. I don't know that you may have heard of this, but it's a very common story known to all people of all faiths in the world. There was one man, or a very big giant, called Goliath, or Goliath, as you may pronounce it, Goliath or Goliath, okay? And there was another young boy called David. So people would really despise this other army, and they would say, we have a giant here. But there was a young shepherd who was looking after the father's sheep. So he came with a sling and a stone, and he hit Goliath just here at the forehead. So what am I trying to say here? You're going to face Goliaths or Goliaths in your life. Okay, people are going to despise you. People are going to laugh at you. But you have to constantly keep on moving ahead. So I can say from that short illustration I've given you, it's all about facing the giant. Face your giant. Face your giant. Don't give up. Don't give up. And you're going to overcome that failure. Remember, again, you have taken me back. We said at one time in your life, you're going to fail. At one moment in your life, you're going to go, maybe you're going to drop. But the thing is, don't give up. Don't give up. Failure is going to come. But the thing is, don't give up. So I never gave up.
All right, Metla ma'am, you are on mute. You have any questions, anything?
Okay, so Sam had done a very good job of answering a lot of questions, Johnson. For differentiation, no, we cannot call you Sam right now. So we told Sam squared. So, yeah. From 5:50 onwards, he's been answering the questions of the students. And it's wonderful to have you here on this forum. And, from Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College, on behalf of the college management, my team, faculty team, the coordinator of this program, Mr. Grace Anthony, the pillar behind this program, Dr. Samuel Johnson of VIT, we want to thank you. And we wish that, you grow to greater heights. Seeing you, hoping to see you after this pandemic back in India and to our campus too. Thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
All right, Sam, thank you so much. Did you tell them the secret, actual secret, which people don't know?
I always give you that chance to share.
Okay, you give me the permission?
Definitely do it.
Okay, so Dr. Mary Matilda, the whole team, Sam is a very good friend of mine. We happened to meet in Dindigul or a program, and then there's no turning back, you know. He's an amazing person. And most of you should know that his spouse, his wife, is from India. He's blessed with 2 amazing kids, and his wife is from Tamil Nadu. Yeah, so he's an Indian. He's a brother born of other mother in Kenya. Okay, and the babies are so cute. You know, they're a combo of Kenya and India. so we thank you for choosing India as your. Okay, see, the minute I said India, there is a Shami ma'am's daughter, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. So Sam, thank you so much for that. I hope you know you keep in touch with this institution and the students. They're amazing. They need a lot of hope. They need a lot of talk. So I wish that you know we build them slowly, because Rome was not built in a day. And I'm sure Josna, Bhanupriya, Guna Sondarya, I don't know, so many are there. Harish, Bhanumati, a lot of names are there. Yeah. So we'll build them. Yeah. So I will connect you to them. You should definitely work. Maybe if you come to India, why don't you just become a international foreign, you know, visiting faculty or something like that? Sign up, because they need to know what businesses is happening in Africa and do the case studies in India, how foreign universities are doing case studies of India. So Arvind Eye Care is somewhere in Coimbatore rural. How did it go to Harvard Business School for a case study? So in Kenya, because when I visited there for your countries, that M-Pesa, you know, the small company, it is making a world of difference, but nobody knows in India. Okay, I was lucky enough to go travel around, see the world, how beautifully this rural people in Kenya is using M-Pesa. In an ordinary mobile, which is not an Android. So that kind of, you know, international cross-cultural business programs, if you can develop, link 5 to 6 companies to this business school, you know. And then this business school professors can type, you know, that's my vision as a management educator. You always understand when you only see the other side, because it's very good to be in Coimbatore, RS Puram, Pizza Hut, Ukkadam, நல்லா இருக்கும். கொஞ்சம் வெளிய போயிட்டா தான் தெரியும். थोड़ा सा बाहर जा.
That is what Sam come out of the comfort zone.
So much. So bro, thank you for telling us to sharpen. Sharpen. Yeah. Bro, I want to tell you, when you were doing this action, I only remember the chicken guy, the mutton guy. Yeah. They did not do BBA, they did not do MBA, they did not do strategy management, but they know if they don't do this, they won't get this. Yeah. But the problem with the business school students, they want this without this. So that's why I say, if you don't groom, you will have broom in your life. Yeah, man. So thank you for that. I hope it's high time that students take it very seriously. And ma'am, before I take it and end it, could you introduce your teachers, because there are excellent professors. Would you like to take that opportunity? They can unmute and come on the video. And do you want to do that?
They could do it.
How do you want to do it? It's up to you.
Vanasha is here. She was here. She even got introduced to Sam.
Yeah.
Vanasha ma'am, are you here? Not able to find. Okay. So Grace Anthony is here. Grace.
Hi. Yes, ma'am.
Grace. Can
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Hi, sir.
And
yes, brother. Good to see you.
Good to see you. You look so smart.
If you're always happy with what you have, life is so beautiful, bro.
Exactly.
Hey, I have a lot of gray hair, man, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. You got to be happy with what you have.
True, sir. That's true.
Grace will never, agree to say he's got a gray hair. He always thinks he's 16.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. So we will introduce the next faculty, ma'am.
Yeah, Grace teaches, HR, and he's specialized in HR and marketing too. So he's actually pursuing his PhD in personality, traits, how they influence customer engagement. Okay, so yeah, it's an interdisciplinary part, but the Grace, yeah.
I can understand what you think.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, we have Rajesh Kumar. Mr. Rajesh Kumar is here.
Rajesh Kumar.
Yeah, Rajesh Kumar somewhere.
Yeah, I'm Rajesh Kumar. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Vanakkam.
Okay,
Would you be able to see me, sir? Now it's power outage here in my place.
Okay.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay.
He is also talking.
Very happy to interact with you all.
Nice, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
What specialization, Rajesh?
Rajesh is actually specializes with entrepreneurship as well as digital marketing. So he's the young techie guy in our among the teachers crowd. He keeps talking about technology a lot, and I used to hear sometimes his lectures too. So thank you, Mr. Rajesh.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
He's one among the youngest, okay, ma'am.
Okay. You
Yes, sir.
You told he's young, so we are also there, no, ma'am. So thank
16,
you.
no, so he's 15 and a half, okay?
Thank you.
I'm now running 10 actually.
Oh, you want to compete with your daughter? Okay. We have, Dr. Bindusha here. She's a lawyer by profession, and she teaches law papers here. Bindusha is here. And Bindusha, can you unmute?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Vanakkam.
Good evening.
And then I was seeing somebody, Dr. Aarti was here somewhere. I'm not able to. Dr. Aarti?
AARTHI. Somebody is there.
Yes. No, that's a student should be.
Okay.
Dr. Aarti. Okay, I don't know. Some of she was there till now, but maybe probably now I'm not able to find out her. This Professor Sakai Rani here. Sakai Rani, she's a HR person. She worked with the industry in HR, and then she's teaching a lot of HR papers. So Sakai Rani. She's there. Fine. Okay. Just say hi to everybody.
Yeah. Hi, sir. How are you, sir?
Fine.
Johnson, you must remember her. I don't know if you put on the picture.
We have an interaction with Johnson, sir. The girls' lunch.
I can't see the video, so I don't know.
Sir?
Yeah.
I can only hear audio. We can't see you. So
the video is not there, so he's not able to recognize. Your picture is also not seen.
I can
Ma'am, here network issues, ma'am.
Good, ma'am. Good. Nice talking to you.
In Coimbatore, because of heavy thunder and rain, the power cuts are there all through. Even in my house.
Yes, power shutdown, ma'am.
Yeah. Completely from evening. Power shutdown plus the network issues are coming up because of the thunder. Yes. I think Dr. Vanacha was there initially. She spoke to Dr. Sam, and I think because of these issues, maybe she's left the place. Fine. Okay, thank you, Johnson. So this is from our side, Sam. Dr. Sam, we thank you a lot for being over here. It's like a dream that we are able to hear you, and for me, it is the second time I'm hearing you. But then everything was new and fresh today. So I think once in a while we have to hear this recorded session to renew our thoughts.
Yes.
Really motivating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Sam, did you tell them that students see you before they receive you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one we can add also. Yeah. Before before they receive you, they'll first see you.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone, yeah. For all the students, since we're talking about placements, career planning, and whatever you're talking about, your skilling and upskilling and reskilling, the interview panel will see you before they receive you. Look at my action. All right. They won't see, oh, you're from Ramakrishna, you're from VIT, you're from IIT, you're from IIM. No. They will just see you straight. The way you walk, the way you sit, the way you talk, the way you
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So we need
the way
to
you present yourself. The way you present yourself also, yeah.
So let's see all that. So good, Sam. If you have time, you can just be online. Otherwise, you can take rest because I know it's an evening for you, right?
Yeah.
Late afternoon for you. Okay.
Yes.
So next time when you come, please, now that you've interacted with all the teachers, so why don't you take some time and visit them and be on the roll, Coimbatore and where is your in-laws place? How far is it? Your in-laws place is Dindugal?
Dindigal.
Ah.
Yeah.
Johnson, he pronounces better than you, huh?
Dindigal.
Tamil teriyata.
Konjam.
Oh, okay, konjam. Okay, good.
Yeah. Tamil nalla theriyum, local. Chennai local. நான் சென்னை தமிழ்ல பேசினா எல்லாரும் ஓடி போவாரு. அதுக்குதான் I don't speak my local language because கொஞ்சம் அப்படி இப்படி இருக்கும். So thank you so much, brother, for your time.
Thank you. Yeah.
I am going to close now by showing. You can take leave. You want to be there, you be there. God bless you. We convey our regards to your family.
I'll do so.
And keep sending us pictures of Kenya, and we'll take care. Okay. All right, bro. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Okay, so these students at 6:40, and today I just want to show you something before we close. I hope my audio is clear. You're able to hear my voice or not?
Yes, it's very clear, Johnson.
Very clear. Okay, so what I want students to do is during this time, you need to be technologically very savvy. You need to be digital literate, not digital illiterate. All right, I repeat the words. You need to be digital literate, not digital illiterate. So there are a few things which I would like to suggest. If you do it, it's good for you. If you don't do it, nothing is going to go around to you. Only thing is you'll be left behind and others will go ahead. So if you have a pen and a paper, you can write it down. This will be very useful. All right. I'm going to ask some question on the chat and I want the answers. Okay. I'll enable the chat for all of you. Tell me, as an MBA student, do you think there is a race in this world? All right. Do you think there is a race in marketing? Do you think there's a race and competition in logistics, in retail, in HR, in finance, in law, in entrepreneurship, in startup? Do you think there is a race? So you say race, yes, race, no, competition, yes, competition, no. I just want those words. Quick. Let's see. Okay, only 2 people saying there is race and other people are thinking there's no race. Okay, in Coimbatore, there's something called race course. Why did they name that as race course in Coimbatore? Okay, many people are saying, madam, what are your students telling, madam? Yes or no? You're on mute.
Yeah, they're all saying yes.
So there is a race.
Yeah.
Okay, if there's anyone who says there's no race, the only place where there's no race, there is no problem, there is no tension, there is peace always. Okay, if you want that kind of place, some students say, sir, tell me a place where I can have peace of mind, where there's no race, where there's no skill development, where there's no tension, and just tell me that place. I say, yeah, the place is available. Do you know where is that place? Please come with me to Kabristan, to graveyard. Let's dig 6 feet below, go down, and you'll see so many people lying so peacefully. No competition, no tension, no politics, nothing. They're so peacefully sleeping down. Now that's the best place where there's no competition in life. But I'm sure you don't want to be there soon. None of us want to be there, but all of us are going to be there one day. But till God has given you life, till God has given you life, in this world, you will have trials, temptations, problems, politics, sadness, happiness, competition. So thank you for telling me that there is a race. So I'm going to type one quotation and I will unmute somebody and you have to tell me that, okay? In this world of race, create your... Okay, so Arunima A. Dev, unmute yourself. Harish, unmute yourself. Arunima A. Dev, unmute yourself. Harish, unmute yourself and read what I've typed in the chat. Or, I don't know, somebody called Shima or Navina or Rahul or Hariharan. Yeah, you can unmute.
Hello.
Yes, madam. What is there on the chat? What did I type on the chat?
Oh, there was some, network issues here. My data is almost over.
Okay. So, is there anybody who can help Arunima? Who can help somebody there, Hariharan or anyone who can read the chat? Yeah. Arunima, you're saying something. You can unmute. We can't hear you.
Yeah. Okay, probably I'll read it. In this world of race, create your own space.
Yeah, so please write it down. Today is 10-10-2020 or 2010-2020. All right, if you're writing DDMY, put it as 2010. If you're writing like US, month, DD, year, all right, put it as 10-20-2020. Remember 2020, on the 20th of October, one person with the specs has told you that in this world of race, you need to create your own space. I graduated in 2002. We had a huge competition and no placement. All right. But today, when I sit back and think of my life, there were days when I was having my resume in my hand and roaming around in Chennai, road by road, road by road, street by street, because all that my teachers have given is education, a degree. But there's a huge race, my dear friends. Can you create your own space by improving your skills? It's not competition. I'm talking about it's beyond competition. So what is the race in marketing? What is the race in marketing? It's more of digital marketing now. It's more of social media marketing now. All right. So can you do something in that space? Can you do internships in that space? Can you hone your skills in that space? So what I would like to show you is, if you want to create your own brand, you need to do something on social media. So this will be your assignment for today. And tomorrow I'm going to take the entire session on to teach you, right? If you can go to the YouTube, all right, let me show you how my students started getting more CTC, more salary. I'll show you LinkedIn, I'll show you YouTube, and then you'll understand. So for example, if I go to YouTube and put Samuel Johnson, VAT, online resume, let me see, I don't know what's coming up. Online resume, oh God, so many are there, right? Okay, so let's go to Zahin, okay? And let me remove my name and give VAT online resume, Zahin, okay? Now, can you see here, 6 years before, I don't know, ma'am, can you see that? 6 years before.
Yeah.
Not now, 6 years before in my channel, all right? That time there was no Corona. All right. So I don't know whether you can see the date, Jan 17, 2014. I also have the register number to give you a proof that this was my student in 2010, not now. It's a 2010 MBA batch. All right. Now you see what we did in our business school is we removed that CV, paper CV in our life. We made students, everyone do digital resume. Now for this, you need to know a little bit of technology, a little bit of Prezi, a little bit of Camtasia, a little bit of, so many tools are there, but it's up to you. So we made every student, and Zahin got 50,000 bonus more than his classmates during the campus placement. Why? His entire profile was digital profile. All right. So you can see there, whatever you see on a resume, you see skills, you see achievements, you see internships, you see education, you see interests. So how business school students started creating digital resumes. So you should write the word digital footprint. Okay, I can type it on the chat for you. Digital footprint. All right, digital resume, video resume. So all this is so important, my dear friends, and you can do it sitting there. Okay, because the world is going to see you. Okay. About mindset. My main objective is to be associated with an Indian industry where I can work on leadership skills, skill, education, and interest. So talking about my education, I'm pursuing my master of business. So you can use your Prezi, you can use your so many tools. You know, there's Prezi, there's Miro, there's I don't know. I can send you the list of links, but how our students started doing this way before. All right, before pandemic, it's 2014. And when we started doing this, many people mocked at us. But now you see the whole world is going online, online resume, online interview, online things. So you always keep your Word document, nothing wrong. But I suggest you that you people try to have your online resumes, as much as possible. All right, you do some interviews, for example, Samuel Johnson, VIT, village interview. Let's see what comes on the screen. All right. You can see there my interviews with people, my interviews with IAS officers. Okay, so different projects, whatever we work and how we are doing. So if I'm doing something with children who are from differently able, so we document it, we work with them, we talk to them, we ensure that there's a smile on the face, and they so all this helps me to do my projects with social entrepreneurship courses, which is not that easy. Yeah, so whatever you do, you need to know which school is it. All right, many people even don't they're not willing to go to these kind of people. But as an MBA student, what is it you're doing? All right, so if I would also recommend all of you to make your LinkedIn as strong as possible. All right, if your LinkedIn is strong, I'm sure you can definitely. So Gladys, are you there? Banumati, are you there? All right, if you want, I can send you my LinkedIn to you people. Okay, I have sent my LinkedIn request. So can somebody unmute yourself and read? Gladys, or I don't know, I'm just trying to put four now, whichever name I see on there's somebody called Rahul.
Yeah, Johnson, just a minute. So today we want to congratulate you for the new position, Assistant Director, Academic Staff College.
Oh yeah,
VIT campus. So,
thank you. Thank you.
God bless you. Yes. See, he's taken up a new position, and of course, God will bless him. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's all your prayers and support. So, yeah, coming, in VIT, which is a top world university, especially in India, going from different level to different level, and becoming a director, director to staff it's a good thing, So let's come here in my home. If you see my network, I don't know whether you're able to see that. You see the number of connections I have, 13,365. All right. Out of this 13,000, at least I'll have 8,000 people from industry, at least. All right. And now I have so many messages which I didn't check still now. So if I just go and search, right, Microsoft, okay, VIT, if I just search like that, so at least I'll have some people who is from Microsoft and from VIT. So your network is very, very important, right? As important as, whatever. So you need to know whom to target, whom not to target, whom to communicate, whom not to communicate, right? And I don't know whether you know that there's something called jobs, all right? So if your LinkedIn is very strong, right, automatically you'll start getting jobs, all right? I've never applied for all these jobs, but LinkedIn is sending me all these jobs, both academic jobs, industry jobs, right? So that's the power of LinkedIn. I wish that all of you start applying. And you see, my VIT itself is seeing my profile and again sending me this thing, technical writers and all the stuff. So it will give you an amazing opportunity if your LinkedIn. So what your LinkedIn should have the best is your profile, whatever you have. Okay, so I know this ex-student of mine, Dr. Gokul Krishnan, all right, is an amazing guy. He's also from Karunya. So why is he on LinkedIn? How is he updating his LinkedIn? So you got to have as many things as possible, your skill sets, yeah, because the world should know you. All right. So otherwise, you can always have your own. Tomorrow, I'll teach you how to have your own website in 2 minutes. And if you can have all your details in your website, so that's my website which I have. So if anybody wants, any industry wants to know me, they can directly go to my website and see what I'm doing, what's my programs, what are my social work. So if somebody clicks on my social work, they can see what all social works I'm doing. If they click on the media and press, they can see all my media coverages in what newspapers I've been in: Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Telugu, English, Kannada, all right, including Nagaland. So it's all there. But if you come down there, you see there's my LinkedIn, there's my Facebook, there's my Pinterest, there's my Twitter, there's my Instagram, everything is there. So can you make your profile, make it more clear online? Can you have a digital profile for yourself? And I can teach you tomorrow for upskilling your profile, because if your profile is clear, then fine. So if I'm teaching social entrepreneurship, these are all the testimonies what I have on Facebook for the last 10, 12 years. All the pictures where I travel all over India, work with the tribal communities, work with the downtrodden. So is it visible, ma'am, there?
Yeah, it's visible.
All visible, yeah. So Vinodini, is it visible? Harish, are these people there, not there? Okay, good. So you can see there with the tribal communities. So as a teacher, I just don't teach my subject, but I live with my subject, So that's why now when I write grants, when I write for industries, when I write for social challenges, easily we get funding, easily we get, because we are showing the proof of how we worked, the way we worked in different remote areas in India. So that joy gives us happiness. So how do you create your own space in this world of race? All right. So that helps us a lot to distinguish how we are different from others. So I wish that you people take this as an opportunity. And let me stop sharing the screen. Your profile should be totally different. Okay. I can challenge you among all the business schools. All right. I can say, if I'm a professor of social entrepreneurship, my profile is totally linked in my blood, in my profile, that I am a person who is working on social entrepreneurship. Okay, so can you create your own profile? As a student, can you create your own, LinkedIn network? So tomorrow you have to be on laptop and parallelly do with me, because I'll teach you 7 to 8 online tools, which will enhance your employability, which will enhance your, getting close to the industry. So when we studied, we never had much of the industry connect, but thankfully, in Karunya, when we were studying, we met few people, from the industry, and teachers used to call. And those days, no phone, no cell phone. So I'm talking about 2002, and later on, cell phone and tower came there. But if we can survive, coming from that kind of background, each of you is so gifted here, my dear friend. So that gift should not make you sad. That gift should not make you feel bad. But don't mistake me, because I'm very blunt and I'm very straight to the point. Don't think the world is going to be a bed of roses. Don't think the world is going to give you good placements and good life. And, it is all going to depend on you, because it's your placement, it is your job. But understand, till now, you're living on your parents' money. Till now, your parents have paid that money. Till now, your parents have took that loan. You never know, right? So they give you everything. And if you cannot just settle down yourself with all their support, just imagine how the world is going to be. So I want to thank your college to really come with this kind of discussion. I don't know, Metala ma'am, whether this discussion is making them understand the impact and the depth.
Johnson, right? It's not only my students, no, the other students are there from
different other colleges. So all the students, wherever you are from, whichever college you are from, I wish this is giving you a little, method to madness, a little bit to think, because I want to tell you that there are opportunities, but in this world of race, you need to create your own space. So tomorrow when you come, please log in through your laptop. We are going to work on your digital profile. We're going to work on your online resume. We're going to work on your website, how to brand yourself, personal digital branding. We're going to work on that. And then day after we have a guest from the UK. And then last day we have another director from the KPMG, who is again a good friend of mine from another student of Metala ma'am. So we all would like to tell you what's happening in the industry, and you will definitely benefit. Thank you so much for coming. It's 7 p.m. now, and maintaining time is in my blood. So thank you so much. We are done for the day. 7 p.m. ma'am, over to you.
Okay. So thank you for joining with us in the second day of the International Workshop on Upskilling in the Digital World for Career Development. Hope you're getting a lot of insights, new things to learn. And tomorrow, never miss, because that's going to be a real part for you, okay? That's going to be a cake for you and an ice cream for you. So don't miss that day. I request you that you will join sharp by 5, so that in case we are completing earlier, we can do it a little 10 minutes or 15 minutes earlier also. I understand you being throughout the day with online classes, evening also with us. It's quite difficult, but thank you for your patience. And thank you, Johnson, Dr. Samuel Johnson, the Assistant Director of the Academic Staff College of
I
remember that, he was the cause for this Andhra campus also. The moment Andhra campus was on a decision of the chairman's mind